Hello. Hi, everybody. Let me know if you can hear me well, by the way. The volume's a little loud on my end, so I can't tell if I'm being too loud or if I'm being too quiet. So please let me know. Also, if you hear me banging into a lot of things, I'm having to grab things a certain way because I decided I want to not just stream right now, but also eat hot Cheetos while painting my nails. So... also, I haven't kicked a villager out, so I'm sorry. I'm all over the place, but hello. Let me say hello to everyone. Brooke, Nikki, Lauren, and Ghost. I know you guys were here pretty early. Neeners, hello. Miscommunication Station. Joshua, hello. I hope you're doing well. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, I'm not doing any dodo codes today. Sorry about that. Vasiliki, is that how you say your name? Heather, hello. Thank you guys for being here, for 13 likes. Hot Cheetos are so good. Yes. Okay, sounds good. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna work on kicking out a villager today. And then hopefully doing it quick so that we can hunt. I didn't prepare for this because, hold on, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Okay, I can't count. Okay, leave me alone. Because work has been super busy this week. Kick me out? What? Did it kick you out? That's okay. Vera, hi. Briggs, hello. Hi, everyone. Right now I'm working on a project where I make all my favorite horror movies. Because he's very spooky. Oh, yes, my villager. That sounds really fun, Ghost. Also, Halloween is coming, you guys. So in the next few weeks, expect my layout to become a lot more Halloween-y, okay? I know it's only September, but listen. I love Halloween. I love fall. That is my time. That is my life. And also, I have a soda. Sophie, hello. Hi, everybody. Thank you all for being here. What the heck? We have a lot to get into today. We're going to get into the whole Colleen Ballinger mess because, you guys, this is something I've been wanting to talk about for a long time. And... particularly because I was never a fan of Miranda. Well, that's a lie. When I was a child, I was a watcher of Miranda Sings. But as an adult, or rather as a teenager, I was a follower of Colleen Ballinger's family vlog channel. So I am a bit engulfed in this mess a little bit. The only difference is I wasn't involved or the fandoms or anything. And so I don't have that side of that experience like some people. Toxic. Isn't the song kind of iconic though? Hold on. I need to fix my little Isabel. I don't like that you can see her go up. Okay, there you go. But first, I'm embarrassed to say I had a Miranda phase. Don't be embarrassed, Sophie. A lot of people, I'm not picking that up. A lot of people who were young children or teens around the time that Miranda was around, we all were enthralled by Miranda Sings. Because, again, Miranda Sings was just everywhere. And so you really couldn't avoid her. I only saw her apology song, so I need the background. Okay, why are you staring at your door? I swear, you guys, if no one wants to leave, I'm gonna have a panic attack. Just kidding. No, I'm not. Ah! Actually, should I kick out Maple, you guys? What do you think? Let me know in the chat, yes or no. Yes for kicking her out. Actually, let me do a poll. Hold on. Because I'm doing like a mellow spring island. So it's not gonna have too many colors. It's like spring core type theme. She's baby? Okay. Don't kick Pearl. I actually am gonna kick Pearl, Brooke. Don't be mad at me. I have to. She doesn't fit the spring thing. I can't keep her. I'm trying to be very strict with my villagers. There's a balloon. Kick her. Don't kick. A lot of people are saying don't kick. The worst stomach ache? Oh my god, IBS gang. Oriental Foodie, hello. How are you doing? Hold on. I just want to rile up Brooke. Oh my god, please. Okay, you guys. Let's see if I got some cash money. No. Yay. Okay, most people are saying don't kick. I'll go to another day then. Oh, not it telling me. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Judd, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Okay, why kick? Oh, for Maple. I didn't really premise what was on there. I'm sorry. It was for Maple the villager. Why not kick? Heather, please. Let me end the poll. So, basically, we're going to be talking about, my elbow, the whole Colleen Ballinger mess. But first, I do want to get into a bit, not serious talk, but for people who are on my Discord, which if you're not, feel free to join. The Discord is, for the most part, 16 plus, 18 preferred, but 16 plus. So if you are under that age, which don't specify, but if you are, either get, parental permission or join at your own discretion, yada, 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 legal terminology I have to throw out there, but there's the link. No worries, Joshua, have a good rest. I hope you're taking good care of yourself. And if you ever need anything, hit me up. The link doesn't work. Damn it. Can one of my mods... Can one of you guys get the link for me, please? I'd appreciate it. Thank you, Briggs. Thank you. And so... Before we get into that, I did address this on my I shall lurk while working. No worries, Ghost. Thank you. There was an incident that happened this week via Discord. I won't share who this person is, because I'm not a shitty person. But it is someone who is a bit prevalent in the community in terms of viewer. They've been talking to me on occasion, very small talk, right? And it is someone who carries religious beliefs, and that is, I want to fully disclose, I don't care what you believe in, as long as you're a good person with good intentions and you don't hurt anybody around you, do what you want with your life. It is your life, you do what you want, I don't care. But this individual came to me and disclosed some very, very uncomfortable and personal, they disclosed some uncomfortable and personal details about, their path in religion, how it saved them from things. And it involved experiences I had as a child. So I do have to fully disclose. You okay? I am okay. I do want to fully disclose, again, I'm transparent, I'm someone who is all for do what you want, love who you love, be who you are, as long as you're a good person with good intentions, doesn't matter to me, your choice, your life. However, let's see what's at the campsite. However, when that turns into you attempting to go around to either convert people to your beliefs and your lifestyle, or attempting to, at maybe even potentially groom, what could be considered grooming, what could be a result of this behavior to some of the children in the community, then I have a problem. And so I have to fully disclose now. Unfortunately, due to this event, my DMs are now shut. Unless you know me, we are, Lauren. Unless you know me very personally. Not necessarily personally, but like Heather, Brooke, Brings, Lauren, people that I've spoken to outside of stream and outside of my streams and in other streams who've talked to me on a basis. Thank you, Minty. It is fine to reach out. Or if you have to reach out because you're having an issue in my community or you're having some kind of issue with YouTube, feel free to either reach out to me or a mod. That's what we're there for. That's fine. But when it turns into you just reaching out to me to fully try to convert me to an idea or lifestyle that you're in, I have to cut the BS. I'm cutting it off. Do not come into my circle of the internet, my little kingdom over here, Queen V's little kingdom area. Don't come to my peasants and my plebeians and my knights of the round table. Those are my mods. And try to preach a life that I am completely... First of all, I've completely removed myself from things like that because of trauma that I've had as a child. So thank you. You know who you are for bringing that back to me. But two, we're not those type of people. You know, my community is all about whatever color, creed, sex, gender, you know, hobby, whatever it is that you are, you're safe here. And this person was trying to bring into my environment language and behavior that didn't share that, and that did not align with my desire to keep it that way. So I've permanently removed them from my Discord. They are permanently banned from this channel, and they're aware because I sent them a personal DM letting them know they made me extremely uncomfortable, and they are no longer welcome in my corner of the internet. And on top of that, again, I'm not going to share any names because I want to go about this respectfully. But there are other creators who, or not necessarily, I won't say creators. There are other people within the community who came forward and shared that they've had similar run-ins with this individual. And so me personally, I'm not giving that person another chance. I'm not giving you another opportunity to come here and try to spread this rhetoric in my little circle of the internet. So you can take that bullshit and go shove it in somebody else's face because I'm not going to have it. Like, and I'm sorry, I don't usually cuss about things, and I'm not, y'all who know me, I'm not an angry person. I'm probably way too passive, which is why people tend to try to come to me like she did to speak. But that's the type of stuff I'm not going to have. So that person has now been removed. You're not going to run into that type of problem in my little corner of the internet anymore. But my desire in sharing this is that I advise, especially if you're younger, please be careful on the internet, because you don't know who is out there, what their intentions are, and you don't know how they're going to try to butter you up and be your friend. I didn't mean to do that. Become friendly with you, and then try to push ideas or put you into a position that you're not comfortable with. So please be careful. Yeah, that's disgusting, Ghost, but I'm glad that you aren't friends with them anymore, because you don't deserve people like that. And this is a safe space where you can be that, and we're not gonna denounce you for that. In fact, we're gonna uplift and celebrate. So here you are safe sharing that information. John! Hi. We're about to get into the toxic gossip train. So to steer... Oh, also, very quickly. Again, these people are aware of who they are because we've spoken, we've hashed it, but I just have to make it clear. If I'm sharing my story or information with someone and someone else shares it with you but doesn't disclose to spread around my information, one, don't share information without asking me first. And two, please do not take my experience and try to make it seem like you're a part of that experience or that it's yours, because that's gross. And the reason I bring that up is because there's actually someone in this Colleen Ballinger mess that portrays that a little bit. And also the reason I want to talk about the Colleen Ballinger thing is, one, obviously I was a follower of her, so this is very wild and puzzling to unfold, but it's also because it's to reiterate that whole idea of be careful who you talk with on the internet, especially adults, and just, you know, be safe. And also, like my pinned comment mentions, there are going to be discussions of topics that people might find, you know, offensive or triggering. And so if you do, and if at any point you need to leave my stream, please don't feel bad about having to do that. Your mental health and your well-being comes first. And so I do want to disclose there are going to be discussions of DV, SH, grooming, you know, children, minors, and more, and crimes, all alleged. I have to say alleged because I'm not trying to go to jail. I'm not trying to get sued by Miss Colleen Weenie Ballinger, or any of her posse. What's DV? I will message you right now on Discord and I will tell you exactly what it is. Thanks for the info. Yes. I had to Dreamlight Valley, please. Let me send it to you right now, Heather. And then I'll let you know what it means. There you go. Yeah, of course. And Ghost, I totally understand. It is totally fine. Don't feel obligated to be here, you know, if these things are triggering for you. Els, hello. This is all happening. It's craziness, but I feel like I want to get into it. And so we're going to start with Miranda Sings and Colleen Ballinger. So let me get actually a photo of both of them so that you guys can kind of more clearly understand who it is that I'm talking about. Not her mouth moving while I type, please. Where is my desktop? Because I'm always losing things on my computer. I was about to display my resume, please. So this individual here goes by the name, on the left, she goes by the name of Colleen Ballinger. I believe that is her full legal name. Let me pull up the Google Doc so that I have it here to reference. There we go. Warning, jump scare, please. And so, sorry, I'm trying to like move my things around so I have space. So we're going to start with part 1. Miranda Sings. Yes, Miranda Sings. We're going to get into that. So Miranda Sings, the character on the right, is a character that was played by the YouTuber and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, semi-Broadway star Colleen Ballinger, who's on the left. Her creation of Miranda Sings began in 2008, and it kind of became, in Swoop's words, Swoop is a documentarian on YouTube. Highly recommend you go watch her series on Colleen Ballinger. It is so by 1 minute. Listen, that's a hobbit. Hobbit? I'm sick. I'm sorry people used to bully you, Ghost. I hope they trip down the stairs and break their patella. But essentially, thank you for the hearts. Whoever's giving those, appreciate you. Essentially, she kind of became, this character, Colleen Ballinger's character, Miranda Sings, became synonymous with YouTube. It took her stages across the globe. It took her to Broadway. Miranda Sings even got her own Netflix show. I believe between 2016 to 2017, it ran for 2 seasons before it was canceled. And she also had 2 books that were bestsellers on the New York Times. So if that doesn't explain enough to you. And so she was a really big character. On top of that, a lot of her humor is geared towards children, but her humor is often seen crass as parents. And now she's alleged now, right? And she's recently put up on her website that Miranda Sings shows are for 13 plus. Basiliki, hello. She's getting canceled just like her show. Please. She, in an old video from early 2009, which is now resurfacing, there is a video of Colleen Ballinger sharing that she loves doing the Miranda Sings shows because her shows are geared toward, in her words, all ages. They cater to children in the sense that there's innocent jokes and very all over the place tendencies, while also catering to parental humor for and in her words, y'all, she said this in her video, sexual innuendos and jokes that are in her shows. Again, while in the same breath saying that children go to her shows. Okay, so there's that. And this was in early 2009. She's now tried to shift gears and say that they're only catered to 13 and up. But then again, to counter argue that statement, 13 to 17 is still a child. You know, just saying legally, if we want to go the legalese way, that is still a child. I'm sick. My question is why no one stopped her sooner. Yeah, and we're going to get into that as well. I'm sorry. No worries, Ghost. You're fine. And so Colleen Ballinger kind of kept up this house of cards for a long time. But in Swoop's words, which I really liked, she said it crumbled under the weight of inappropriate conversations with minors. I'm going to use some substitute words here, y'all. But the distribution of corn, YouTube, don't come after me, to minors and adults as well. This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Okay, I'm sorry. Minty. Minty. I'm shook too. And the exploitation of free labor from her young fans, which is something she did quite often, especially with this particular person named Adam McIntyre, who we're going to get into in a little bit. And mind you guys, the only reason I'm talking eloquently about this is because I'm not even joking. On my second monitor, I have a Google Doc that is like 10 pages long because I've been watching videos for the past week. I've been pulling notes together, okay? We're not going to miss anything in today's stream. And I only have about an hour and a half, so I'm going to be zippity-doo-dotting through this as much as I can. But we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty. I'll be back in an hour, going to go finish my Chucky drawing. Have a good time, Ghost. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Speed run, please. Looking back, it's always been weird. Yes, but the thing about us not noticing it, Sophie, is that we were children, right? Or we were teens. So it wasn't our job to notice that. It was the job of the adults. Video essays. Yes, this is a video essay on Colleen Ballinger. And then all of these things that I just mentioned, and, you know, the grooming as well, and not grooming in the sense of intimacy, more so in the sense of isolating fans from their families and making them do all her dirty work. That's what this grooming kind of addresses. But this doesn't even scratch the surface because Colleen didn't actually work alone. But to jump forward a little bit, I believe it was in April? No, it was last month, June. No, it was in June of 2023 that Colleen Ballinger issued an apology in the form of, I'm sure all of you have seen it now, a ukulele song titled Toxic Gossip Train, where she essentially claims that she's not here to victim blame while also victim shaming, essentially claiming that all of the victims are just trying to tear down her character, diminishing all of the accusations, and admitting that she was involved in chats with her fans, but not admitting to the fact that they were inappropriate. Gaslighting, exactly. And so she basically addresses absolutely nothing. Now to jump to Colleen Ballinger. She made herself the victim? Yes. To jump ahead a little bit, or jump backwards actually, back in time. Colleen May Ballinger, which is her full name. And again, a lot of this info I pulled from Swoop. Again, I highly recommend you watch her docuseries on Colleen. They are fantastic. But still by 1 minute. Stop it. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Colleen May Ballinger, born November 21st of 1986, which makes her a what, Brings? She was born November 21st. Brings. Oh my god, I can't do it. Ooh, November. Also, we're just joking. If there's any Scorpios out there, I love you. It's just me and Brings have personally had very bad experiences with Scorpios. And so we make jokes about it. She's a Scorpio. And she was born in Santa Barbara, California, with her younger sister, Rachel, and her 2 older brothers, Scorpio dads. Exactly. Oh, Heather, your dad's a Scorpio too. Heather, oh my God. Vera, you are most farthest from any Scorpio I've ever met, so you don't count, okay? You don't count, Vera. Don't put yourself in that box. But, oh, Rosie, yes, you're just in time. My mom and me are Virgos, period. And so, Colleen May Ballinger, born November 21st, 1986, she began playing Miranda Sings in 2008 at 21 years old. So, mind you, I'm a quiet Scorpio. See, exactly, not all Scorpios are the same. We just had very bad experiences with them. But she started Miranda Sings in 2008, so she was already 21 years old. So that means that ever since she's been playing Miranda Sings, that she's always been an adult. The whole time. So keep that in mind. Because any other claims that contradict that are a lie. She was born in Santa Barbara, California, with her younger sister, Rachel, who's also a content creator, her older brother, Trent, who is not a content creator, and then her older brother, Chris, who runs a family vlog channel called the Ballinger family. And they grew up, she claims that she grew up religious in a sheltered upbringing. And she claims that she was homeschooled, though through Swoop's video and her team's digging, they found out that it's allegedly, again, they found out that she only attended homeschool for about 3 years out of all of her schooling life and then went to public school. So I don't know why she found it important to ever bring that up, but there's that. And ever since she was a child, Colleen Ballinger had a love for theater. She actually ended up attending Azusa Pacific University. And there she took a vocal curriculum course, or like she studied in vocal something. And there she actually met her best friend, who was going to play a big role in this story, named 𝐜𝐫𝐞𝐝 DeSoto. And she was one of the first people that 𝐜𝐫𝐞𝐝 actually came out to. And 𝐜𝐫𝐞𝐝 actually, I'm going to lurk and play Phasmo. No worries. Enjoy playing, Heather. But 𝐜𝐫𝐞𝐝 actually lives with Colleen Ballinger at this time still, at his 30-something age. And he works as her assistant. Had to help the kids, no worries. And 𝐜𝐫𝐞𝐝 DeSoto, oh my God, my voice. He works as her assistant and lives under her roof. You want soda ASMR? I'm really sad. I ran out of my zero sugar Dr. Pepper, so I'm drinking a zero Coke. Like a fart in the night. You think you'll like the new season? Yes. Okay. And so there's that. And so, like I mentioned before, she began her YouTube journey. Yeah, I don't have Dr. Pepper, RIP. She began her YouTube journey in 2008. Molly! As Miranda Sings. Or rather, she began as Colleen Ballinger, but transitioned into Miranda Sings within the same year. And some of her most notable success, also, by the way, guys, thank you very much for 20 likes. That's crazy. Some of her most notable success included hosting The View, having her own Netflix show with 2 seasons. It did end up getting canceled for reasons we'll get into in a bit. But she had her own Netflix show. She had bestseller books. She was on Jerry Seinfeld's Coffee in a Car type interviews. She attended award shows. She was in Wreck-It Ralph 2. She had really big relevance on the internet. And by design, actually, according to Colleen herself, Miranda Sings is designed to be a very bad performer. She's supposed to be a self-described parody with her talent nowhere as near as her ego, in Swoop's words. And she's actually inspired by, in Colleen's words, Miranda Sings is inspired by her classmates that she had at Azusa Pacific University, because Colleen claimed that some of her classmates were so terrible at their talent, and so she was using Miranda Sings as a form to mock them. So apparently this girl, bet Disney regrets it? Yeah, they do. So this girl has been, what it looks like at least, what we can speculate, a bully from the jump, right? Judging people when that's not her place, and criticizing people for wanting to better their talent and take criticism. She also alleges, and we're going to get into it later on, she changes her story and says that Miranda Sings was inspired actually by a 16-year-old who sucked at singing. But then that would be even crazier, because at that time Colleen is like 26, so that means that she's making fun of a 16-year-old as a grown adult. So both stories don't make sense. I didn't know she was in Wreck-It Ralph. She was. I don't know this person. Yeah, Vera, it's crazy. I remember watching the Netflix show when it came out. Yeah, it was very, very odd. We're going to go back to this date, I think. And so that's that. And she actually marketed Miranda Sings towards children and adults. So her coming out later and saying that it wasn't marketed towards children is unequivocally false, because she herself, in an old YouTube video, said that her Miranda Sings character was for everyone. So she's just jumping from lie to lie. But Miranda Sings wasn't always intended for kids. So I think unintentionally Miranda Sings was a character that children were attracted to from the start, but then Colleen morphed her into more of a quote-unquote child-friendly character in her eyes, though she's not, for reasons we're gonna get into. And her earliest appearances, she appeared to be, like I'd said, more adult. She appealed more to the Broadway fans, but as YouTube started introducing the algorithm and ad payments, in AdSense, she really shifted into who Miranda is now. This really obnoxious, over-the-top, childish, but also adult type character, who again is on the right-hand side. There's actually, and again, I have this in my notes, the old video I mentioned where she says that her show is for everyone, including children, while also in the same breath saying that she has a lot of jokes with sexual innuendos. So, I don't know how that works. And then through YouTube and during this time, I'm lurking. No worries, Catherine. Thank you for being here. She came up with a caption called "Haters Back Off." Oh my God, can someone leave? Which was like, that actually became the title of her Netflix show. But that was her go-to thing to say, was "haters back off." Because Miranda Sings obviously got a lot of hate. She was like this really weird character that people didn't get half the time. Now we're going to jump to 2011. Which, this is an interview I just mentioned where she told the news that she was mocking Miranda Sings. The character was meant to mock one teen in particular. So now her story has changed, right? And that this teen was 16 years old. They weren't good at singing. But Colleen at the time was 24 to 25 years old. So she's a grown woman using her giant platform to allegedly mock a 16-year-old who was just trying to make it in the entertainment industry. That's kind of weird. But I digress. The old man is digging through his desk. It's been 2 hours? Jesus Christ. Best of luck to you, Catherine. But so the show Haters Back Off. Again, like I mentioned, it was a show on Netflix. And it ran for 2 seasons, 2016 and 2017. But then it was abruptly canceled. And on the set of the show, she actually met her brother. Or she oh my God, her brother. She met her now husband, Eric Stocklin. which we will get into a little bit. But mind you, during this time when she met 𝐼𝐸 she was still married to Joshua David Evans, her first husband. And so let me actually pull up all these people so that y'all can see. Who have I mentioned? 𝐜𝐫𝐞𝐝 DeSoto. This is her best friend character. Well, he plays a character. He pretends to be this really nice guy, and he's a jerk. But this is 𝐜𝐫𝐞𝐝 DeSoto. Oh my god, that's really big. That's him. And so we'll put him right there. I look crazy. I feel like I look like those people that have the whiteboards that have all the pins on them and like trying to solve the case. I feel like that's what I look like. That is her best friend, 𝐜𝐫𝐞𝐝 DeSoto. This is her current husband, Eric Stocklin. Let me put him right there, and we will add him on the screen as well. Eric. Here he is. Oh my god, that's a giant picture. That's a jump scare. I am so sorry, you guys. Oh my goodness. See, there's a haters back off in the back. That's the show that she had. So this is her husband. They're insignificant, but we'll put them right there. And then we're going to pull up a photo of her current husband, Joshua David, or her former husband rather, Joshua David Evans. And so we're going to put him up here. Again, sorry, y'all. I want to put people up so that you guys can have like a frame of reference on who these people are. And Joshua deserves a bigger space than them. So we're going to put him right there and make him big because they don't deserve it. Now. So we're gonna jump a little bit back, but we're still in current times, 2010 to 2013. Happy birthday. Oh, I can't be on this day. The Merfandas, even before she really blew up, like with the Netflix show and everything, Merfandas are what people would call themselves, myself included. I'm embarrassed by it, but that's what we would call ourselves. People would travel far and wide to see Miranda sings and to see Colleen Ballinger. They would travel states to go and find her, you know? And people would travel to LA when she wasn't even touring yet to come and find her. If that doesn't explain enough how deeply infatuated people were with her. And, you know, her family actually, like I mentioned, her sister makes videos now. Her older brother, Chris, is a family vlogger. He also helped her co-write Haters Back Off for Netflix. They capitalized off her career. And she's also, fun fact, you guys, very good friends with, we're not surprised, Ariana Grande. She has several vlogs where Ariana Grande's in them, where Frankie Grande's in them. When she's gotten pregnant both times, and the reason I know this again, because I was a fan at this point, she announced her pregnancy to Frankie and Ariana Grande. And the way that they met is through Broadway and things of that nature in LA. So, you know, you are who you surround yourself with, as they say. And during this time of fans going to meet her and everything, we actually now have, she reproduced 3 times, Brooke, yes. We are going to discuss the fan named Adam McIntyre. And let me pull Adam McIntyre up, actually. Oh, we have someone at the campsite. Yippee. Adam McIntyre. He is... There are a lot of victims in this story, but he is kind of like the primary, unfortunately, the primary victim in all of this, particularly when it comes to, oh my God, well, Adam's beautiful, so there you go, take a look at him. But he is particularly a big victim when it comes to issues stemming from Colleen Ballinger. And Adam McIntyre is now 20 years old. He was Ireland born and moved to London at 18 years of age. He has expressed an interest in art, in being a documentarian, his dream job is being a family camp counselor. There's a particular program that he mentioned. I don't remember exactly. But for the time being, he makes vlogs. He makes drama and tea videos on both YouTube and Twitch. Does nobody want to leave? I'm so sorry, you guys. I didn't think it was going to be this boring. If nobody wants to leave, we're just going to have to kick out the first person that asks to go. We're just going to have to do it. YOLO. And so that is kind of who he is now. But what some people don't know, Bailey, hello. How are you doing, Bailey? I hope you're doing good. What people don't know, oh my God, the campsite. Just kidding. Imagine I end my stream. I'm such a nitwit. Oh. Oh, wellsies. Oh, well. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome. And so that is Adam, but Adam McIntyre, Minty, Adam McIntyre actually became a fan of Colleen Ballinger's when he was only 9 years old. And Miranda and Colleen Ballinger were like his number ones. He was a stan. Adam McIntyre, Bailey is the guy on the lower left. That is him. And so he actually ended up joining the Twitter fandom in 2013. So he would have been 14 years old, I believe. And he was involved until about 2020. And the family of Colleen Ballinger actually used to engage with him on social media because he was so deeply involved in the fandom. And they used to call him by his Twitter handle name, which was Cookie Ballinger. And the more he engaged, the more he was praised, the more that Colleen started to notice him. And obviously you're a fan. You have this parasocial relationship with this person. You're going to be enthralled by them. You're going to want them to pay attention to you. And because you're a child, you don't know any better and you don't know what's right from wrong, right? And again, the reason, and I don't want to throw any hate at his parents because this was a time when the internet was just kind of starting. So I don't blame his parents for not being deeply involved because they probably were totally unaware of what YouTube was at this point in time. But so again, he had this fan account. He would consistently go to the shows. He actually went to one particular show in Dublin, which we're going to talk more about later. But at this show in Dublin, y'all, he actually was reached out to by Colleen, who was 30-something at the time, who asked him if he wanted to meet up at the Wax Museum in Dublin and hang out. And she kept changing the locations, and he actually ended up getting lost in Dublin when he was only 14 to 15 years old. We're going to get into that a bit later, the specifics of it. But she, at the end of that, also invited him to his hotel room. It's a whole thing. The way that Adam McIntyre got very involved with Colleen Ballinger was at the age of 14. Actually, on his 14th birthday is when this happened. It is the divorce of 2016 is what I have it titled. So on Adam McIntyre's 14th birthday, Colleen Ballinger, who was 30 years old at the time, reached out to him on Twitter to vent about her divorce from her first husband, who's there in the gray cap, Joshua David Evans. Also, for context, her divorce came only about a couple months after she joined Haters Back Off, which again, reminder, that is where she met her second husband and her now husband, Eric Stocklin, the one in the black jumper. She reached out to this 14-year-old Adam on Twitter, and was speaking to him about her divorce, disclosing details, including intimacy to Adam about Joshua, tearing down Joshua. She also spread hatred and asked Adam and convinced him to go to gossip sites and to other fans to spread hate campaigns against Joshua. And this was predominantly happening with Adam McIntyre, but she did this to other fans as well. And she also was asking 14-year-old Adam about advice on her divorce, what moves she should make, what choices she should have made, and so on. Again, reminder, Colleen Ballinger's 30 years old. Then came a live stream in August 2016. And I have this section titled Lingerie Live Stream. What had happened in this live stream was Colleen Ballinger decided she was going to get rid of a lot of clothes from forever that she didn't want. Why would you approach a child? Exactly, Minty. Exactly. And YouTube allowed this. She was a big player on YouTube, so YouTube wasn't going to crack down on her. Okay, that's just how YouTube works. I mean, look at 𝐼𝐳𝐶. He exposed his wiener on a live stream and they kept him on here, but 𝐜𝐫𝐞𝐝 gets on here and talks about how they don't care about black lives and they demonetize his channel. So if that doesn't show you that all they care about is the money, I don't know what will, you know. But then comes the lingerie live stream in that same year in 2016 after the divorce. Colleen Ballinger is on a live stream with Corey DeSoto and they begin opening these clothes from Forever 21. I farted! Hi! We're just getting into the Colleen Ballinger stuff. You didn't miss too much. For explanation, farted. Colleen Ballinger is the one in the hot pink. Miranda Sings is the one right next to it. Okay, get out of here. Stitches. Yep, get out of here. Okay, let's go hunting, y'all. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Get out. And the people beneath her, the one in the shirt that says "We all something pizza," whatever, he is her best friend Corey DeSoto. The one to his right is her current husband Aaron Stocklin. The guy beneath in the gray cap is her former husband Joshua David Evans, and the one on the bottom left of my screen in the black with the blue eyes, that is Adam McIntyre, a 20-year-old who actually worked for Colleen Ballinger when he was like 14. And we're just getting into that right now. And so after Colleen confided in him and the divorce, also, how are you doing? Do let me know. After she confided in him about the divorce, she was on this live stream opening up clothes from Forever 21. As she was doing that, she opened up a package which was unworn, obviously, but lingerie that she bought from Forever 21. And Corey DeSoto put it on over his clothes and was posing in it and acting very stupid to, mind you, children that were also in the live stream. And Adam McIntyre, because he was close to Colleen at this time after being someone that she for some reason went to confide in about her divorce, he tweeted her on Twitter and basically said, "That's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Why would you buy that?" And she was calling him sassy and saying that, like, oh, why would he want it? But then she actually asked Adam McIntyre on the stream if he wanted the lingerie, and as did Corey DeSoto. And mind you, they're both 30 years old. Adam McIntyre is 14, and obviously because he's a huge fan, he's going to say yes. That's your idol on the screen. They're offering to give you something. You're not going to say no. So, are my parents really vacuuming right now? So, oh my God, hold on. Okay, give me a second, you guys. Jesus Christ. Oh, I love living in a house with a family. Oh my god. Oh my god, thank you. Brings all the commands, thank you. And so, where was I? Oh, and so then Colleen, being her grown age, for some reason, y'all, decided, you know what? I'm actually gonna go through with it. Yeah, it was a BRB. She decided, I'm actually gonna go through with it, and I'm going to send young Adam McIntyre my lingerie. She sent a 14-year-old, unused, but nonetheless, lingerie. So obviously Adam McIntyre, he puts it on actually, and he has a photo of him with it on. But when his mom sees him wear it, she immediately takes it off him and actually takes it away and says, you're never going to see this ever again. But as revealed in a video that he films later, which we'll talk about, his mom kept the lingerie because she was so livid about it. Chris, hello! You came in at a crazy time. I'm doing well. We're actually talking about the whole Colleen Ballinger drama, so strap in. You thought it was funny? Yes, exactly. She sent it. 30 years old to a 14-year-old child. And so then comes December. It sounds like a good time. It is. And so then comes December 2017, where Colleen Ballinger asks Adam McIntyre to help her make her Twitter quote-unquote pop off. So the Miranda Sings character was kind of falling out. Nobody was really paying attention or following her anymore. This is around the time where her show got canceled and they were like trying to figure out what to do. And so he shares and he actually shares evidence to prove like that she shared all of these things with him. And then comes what felt like abruptly 3 years later. Hold on, I gotta drink my soda. I'm like, I don't know if I'm getting sick, y'all. My throat has been bugging me. Oh my god, I can't do this. But Adam in 2020 makes a video, Adam McIntyre, on YouTube. Mind you, at this time, he's 17. I hope not. Yeah, please. And he made the video, and I have the date, y'all, because I did my research, on April 28th, 2020. I definitely know I'm sick. Oh, no. I hate being sick. But he makes that video April 28th, 2020, exposing Colleen Ballinger on her ill behaviors and sharing his allegations against her of grooming, bullying, SH, and objectification, and how he went from fan to collaborator to creator to friend with a 30-year-old woman at the time, and how she never paid him for any of his work. The reason that this came about was because in March of 2020, mind you, between the time 2017 to February 2020, he was working for her for free by creating content for her, but she never gave him access to any of her platforms. It was just him freely working for her and spreading drama with a bunch of other young fans, which we will get to in a bit. And so March of 2020, so this is a month before his expose video comes out, his first one, he comes forward and shares that Colleen Ballinger gave him access to her Twitter account. Oh, yes. No worries. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I farted. You're fine. I know it's a sensitive thing for some people, which is why I put the disclaimer at the top of my chat, because I know for some people aren't going to like this, and that's totally fine. But I just want to talk about it because I feel like a lot of people are approaching this from the angle of drama, and this is like very serious. So she gave her password to Adam McIntyre, basically saying that he would go from intern to hire if he did a good job. And the way that she presented it to him was basically saying, I have a present for you. Those are her words. And the first tweet that he made was a tweet that unfortunately got backlash, but mind you, at the time, he was a child. And it was a tweet about Miranda Sings coming out as a Meghan Trainor fan during Pride Month. So obviously, Colleen and Miranda Sings got backlash for being kind of, in a sense, for queer baiting. And my theory with all this, though, is that Colleen had approved all of this in advance. So why did she consider and conveniently give the password to Adam at the time for this particular tweet and during this particular time period if she thought there would be backlash? You know, that seemed a little off to me. And then after she started to get backlash, she ran to Adam McIntyre, was blaming him for accusing her of being, you know, homophobic. And she said that it was his fault. Ew! That it was his fault. But mind you, at the time when we learn about this story in March of 2020, Adam McIntyre at this time is only 16, 17 years old. You know, she wanted drama. Exactly. He was only a teen. She, a 30-something-year-old woman, gave her password. 33-year-old woman gave her password to a teen Adam McIntyre. And when he was trying to explain himself to her, and he showed in all his videos, I recommend watching his as well, they're great. He shows word, like text by text, what their conversation was, and she essentially just ghosts him. And behind the scenes starts to go on a hate campaign, if you will, toxic gossip train, gossiping about Adam McIntyre and essentially turning the entire fandom against him. And the reason I know this is because, and I feel terrible about it, I never directly went to Adam to spread hate to him, but at the time I was a teen and I didn't know any better. And I remember just thinking, oh, if Colleen doesn't like Adam McIntyre, then neither do I. I vividly, and I feel gross having to admit that, but I vividly remember that. And this stemmed during a time, oh, Carmen, when I was a teenager. I was in high school, you know, but the reason that I fell so easy to her manipulation is because she came out with an apology video, essentially being like going against all his claims. And who are you going to believe, the teen or the adult? At this time, everybody believed her. And again, I never sent direct hate to Adam, but I was just like, oh, if he's out of Colleen's corner, you know, then he's out of ours, which is crazy. I give her that, please. And so the bullying that Adam faced, one person that it predominantly came from is someone named Cody Tyler. This person, though they claimed to be a minor at the time, we figure out was in their 30s as well the whole time that all of these things were happening. They've now disappeared off the internet, but they've been involved in chats with minor fans as well, just like Colleen. And they actually made a response video to Adam McIntyre's video where he was scrutinizing Colleen Ballinger. And Adam was, again, a teen at the time. She was a grown adult. She was claiming that Adam wanted this, that there were no group chats, even though we figure out there were, and that she signaled that at 13, you know, the whole lingerie thing where Adam wore it, and so if he never seen it, why would he wear it? You're a teenager. You don't remember everything that you did. Yes, exactly, Mears. Like, you don't remember everything that you did when you were a child. I know I don't, right? It's okay. It's easy to forget things, especially when it's something as traumatic as what he's enduring. I think we can give him a little bit of, oh, Fauna. We can give him a little bit of leeway. The next person, and y'all are going to gag when I tell you this next person that was judging him, James Charles. I'm not even going to put that fool's face up because you know who that is. Ew, exactly. He came forward on Twitter and basically defended Colleen and said that Adam was vindictive and that because Colleen wasn't paying attention to him, you know, he was upset. And obviously, given what has come out against James Charles, what he's openly admitted to, and with all the evidence coming out against Colleen, there's still not been an apology from James Charles. So there that is. The theories that come attached with this, unfortunately, is that the reason that this didn't get a lot of traction at the time is because at the time, now it's very much you stand by the victim regardless if it's male or female. But at the time, and I'm sure that y'all can agree to this because times are different, if it was a male coming forward about a woman, it was a lot more difficult to have people be in your corner. Because imagine if a male streamer was doing this to a female minor. How much bigger that would be. But because it was a female streamer doing it to a young boy, people seem to not have a problem. And mind you, even the media was bullying and making fun of and light of and mocking Adam McIntyre's story about Colleen. So the whole world was coming down on a 16-year-old at the time. And I cannot imagine how terrible he felt. And I'm glad that he survived that and is now triumphing, you know, and living his best life. But I cannot imagine how terrible he felt at the time. It was very female focused. Yes, it was. Neeners. And so in Colleen Ballinger's, quote unquote, her title was named Addressing Everything, which, surprise, she doesn't address shit. She begins by addressing, quote unquote, other allegations in regards to racism, making R-word jokes, as Sage jokes, you know, a bunch of gross things. Blackface is in there, you know, like every other big YouTuber. Shane Dawson, I'm looking at you. But then she pivots and shifts the blame to Adam. And she says, and I quote, because I watched the video back, "Even if he had asked me, I shouldn't have sent it." And this is speaking in regards to the lingerie. So she's putting her decision to send lingerie on a child because he asked for it. But mind you, he only asked for it after she had offered it to him. She's painting it in a very different light, which is why people like me, when I was a teen and a child, I ate this up because I was like, that makes sense, right? But she doesn't at all mention Adam's name. And she says later in a message to Cody Tyler, who you mentioned above, that this is because Adam McIntyre's mother came to her and asked her not to mention his name ever again, which she did, but in an apology. I think that could have been an exception, Colleen. I don't know, maybe just me. And she says that the texts are real, but she doesn't add any context to them. And she also makes up a lie saying that she would make a lot of her fans make tweets for her in content, but that's not true. It was only Adam McIntyre. She also made a claim, you guys, which she now goes against, but she made this at the time, that she thinks of her fans, both teens and adults, as her friends, and that maybe she might have overshared. And in her, oh my God, you guys, it's crazy. And again, we're going to be using language some people might not be comfortable with, so if you're not, please feel free to not watch the stream. But she, in this video, and I'm laughing because it's so frustrating, she literally says, "I'm not a monster. I'm not a groomer." I don't know about that. And now we're going to get back into Adam McIntyre part 2. She what? Exactly, Minty. I'm losing it. So, in Adam McIntyre part 2, like I mentioned before, the fandom started aggressively going after Adam McIntyre, painting him as a clout goblin. His real friends also left him, and he became very isolated at 17 years old, and he endured that for about 2.5 to 3 years, up until only recently. And like I mentioned before, he goes to Hello, welcome back. He shifted to a drama channel. And as he was finally settling into his space, finally escaping all this, Cody Tyler comes back. It all sounds crazy. It is, Chris, and it's about to get crazier. Makes a video called Cody Rants, where it's titled, "Why I Left the Colleen Ballinger Fandom." They actually mention a couple things which are a little bit too graphic, I feel like, even for me, so I'm not even going to mention it. But she would write fanfics about fans, about Colleen and her ex-husband, about Colleen and her current husband. She admitted into being chats with the young fans, with Colleen, with Colleen's family, with Colleen's friends. She lies. Your favorite devil, please. She lies that young fans weren't in the group chat when they were. She claims that she made the video that I mentioned before against Adam because Colleen told her to. And that, Colleen personally reached out to her and told her details about her divorce and all these things. But that conversation isn't inappropriate because also... Yes, Lily, hello. I'm back with my overview of drama. We're only about halfway through, too. Like, I'm trying to speed run it. I'm trying to speed run because I have PT today. But her talking to Cody isn't against the law because Cody, again, is an adult. Posed as a child, they're an adult. Then she goes into talking about this group chat, and I'm not making this up, y'all, called the Weenies, which was created according to Reddit. And mind you, Reddit gets down to business. Reddit's crazy. It was created in 2017 for only the biggest Colleen Ballinger fans. And within the fandom itself, there was hierarchy between fans. And if you were in the Weenies, you were like at the top. Like you were some of her best, most beloved, most loved fans, Chris. And there were 23 participants in total, including Cody, Adam McIntyre, and then a few people we're going to talk about later who are also victims of certain behaviors, including Johnny Silvestri, I believe. Don't quote me on that one. Someone named Oliver, someone named Becky, and someone named Alex. So there were a lot of participants in there. And the general age range, according to Reddit and according to some polled information, was 12 to 17. Predominantly young fans. The fandom was separated by, again, like I mentioned, hierarchy, and the Weenies were given special treatment. And Corey DeSoto, and included in this was actually Corey DeSoto, sending and allowing the young fans to send mature material, shit talk other fans, including Adam McIntyre, speaking ill of Eric, Colleen's current husband, and drinking and using drugs. And this actually happened in another group chat hosted only by Corey, but I'm not going to mention the name of this one because this one is actually explicit. It's like an explicit name, so I'm not going to say what it is. If you just look it up, you'll find out, but I'm not going to share because it actually grosses me out when I think about it. But Cody quickly lost her credibility as a YouTuber because someone named Dustin Daly, who is like a drama channel on YouTube, exposed them for going to him and admitting to deleting a bunch of tweets, deleting a lot of group chats where they were exposed for being a bully, for helping Colleen and grooming these kids, for onboarding them, for engaging with them inappropriately. And so Tyler has like completely wiped himself off the internet. Nobody knows where they went, and thank God, stay off it. How about that? And the downside of all of this is that Adam McIntyre didn't want to have to talk about this again, but the upside is that other people felt comfortable to come forward, and so Adam himself has admitted, that's a cow. As much as this has bothered me, I'm also glad other people feel the opportunity to come forward, and so he's okay taking the brunt of it if it means other people will stand there with him this time. Then we're going to move into the next section of my... Oh my God, how many pages do I have left? There's only one page left, y'all. We're wrapping... No! No! Oh my God. OBS just shut down for a second. Can y'all hear me? Put a chicken leg... Is there a chicken leg emoji? Put a chicken leg in the chat if you can hear me. Put a train in the chat if you can hear me. Oh my God. Anyways. Oh my God, Els, please. Okay, my internet just went out for a second, but we're good. Okay, see, this is why I have to wrap it up, because I have bad internet. So in the next 20 minutes, I gotta like speed run. Oh my God, Minty. All the trades. The dab, please. Thank you. Just went black? Okay. Yeah, my internet like shot out for a second. I don't know why that happened. And so Adam McIntyre this year, June 2023 reacts. He basically goes to Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch to express that he doesn't feel alone anymore. But he feels like he was forced to reveal everything because of this person named Cody Tyler. Then he makes a video titled My Relationship with Colleen, where he basically addresses some really terrible things that Colleen did to him. One of the ones mainly that really upset me, which is why I believe Colleen was also trying to intimately groom these children as well. She asked him if he had ever been intimately active, I won't use the word, and what his favorite position was. Mind you, he was 17 at the time and she was 33, so don't know why she would need to know that. She was sharing and letting the minors share screenshots of porn. She would host parties watching Trisha Paytas's adult material. She would share it with them. She would mock fans for getting tattoos of her, for their disability, for their mental health, for body checking. And not once did she ever speak to Adam McIntyre when he was a legal adult, because she started speaking to him at the age of 12 all the way till he was 17. Allegedly. Again, I'm not trying to get clocked. And I'm going to skip over the Dublin show part because we kind of already went into that. But people are thinking that the definition of what Colleen is doing is essentially narcissistic grooming. So you victim select, you gain access and you isolate them. You get trust development with them. You desensitize them, and then you attempt to make them go around and spread your abuse and your lies as well. The other victims included, and I'm not going to go too much into Becky's because this one actually does disturb me, so I'm not going to go into it. And Brooke can attest. She was on a call with me where we were watching Swoop, and Brooke was like, turn this off, because it was really bothersome. But all I will say is this. The more skimpy you would dress for Colleen Ballinger's Miranda shows, the more likely you were going to get picked to go up on the stage and Miranda sings Mock You, right? But it was only supposed to be light mocking with Becky in particular. Owen, hello. Yeah, no worries, Ghost. It's fine. Don't be in here if it's making you uncomfortable, please. You know, I don't want anyone to be here if they're uncomfy with anything that I'm sharing. Oh my god, I have a hair in my mouth. Ew! Ew! It's an ape. Harambe. But there was essentially like... Actually, I'm not going to get into Becky's. You can look up Becky and the Colleen Ballinger stuff if you want, because this one is a little bit too much for me. But essentially, there were a few other victims, including Becky, someone named Alex, someone named Oliver, who was actually being preyed upon by Colleen's older brother, Trent. And you can share it in my Discord if you want, Ghost. If you join my Discord, there's an art section, and so you can share it in there on my Discord, and then we can see your drawing. Just as long as it's not like explicit or violent or anything, then anyone can post drawings. It's fine. But the person we're going to talk about at the end is someone else who claims that they're a victim. Their name is Johnny Silvestri, and I'm going to be very brief with him because it's just a bunch of BS with him and a bunch of lies. It is terrifying how deep it goes, Lily. It is. Or actually, we'll talk about it now because I don't want to go into Corey. He's a loser. He's a bum. He basically did everything Colleen did. He's just as much to blame. And the thing I kind of want to briefly go into is Joshua David Evans. So he didn't have any direct involvement in the grooming or the objectification or any of those criminal things that Corey or that Cody. Oh, it's on your community tab? Okay. I'll go ahead and I'll go look at it after. Don't even worry about it. But he would be in the group chats with the minors. He just would hardly ever talk. And he actually is going to sit down in an interview with Swoop. I highly recommend you watch it because he's going to go through and not just acknowledge his mistakes, but also go through and expose Colleen for hers. How's everyone? I'm doing really well, Owen. How are you? Another... my heart is pounding. I can't do this anymore. But Johnny Silvestri, and I am going to show this stupid little rat's face because he actually essentially kind of just went around and took pieces of every other victim's story and made it his own, made it seem like, in his words, according to Adam, that his story was more important, even though there's not nearly as much bad things that occurred with him. And he also was an adult at the time that all this was happening, even though he claims that he was not. So there he is. We're going to make him small because he's insignificant. But essentially, he went, Naru, hello, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. Also, thank you guys for 27 likes. That's kind of crazy. Y'all ate up and spit out. But he alleges that he was groomed and all the things that Colleen did, Joshua David Evans did to him, but worse. And I'm just going to link the video that Swoop did on him for you to watch if you'd like. Where she essentially just like full on exposes Johnny Silvestri for all the lies and for taking away from like the actual victims of this story by making everything about himself. And it's a really good documentary, and Swoop in general has a really great channel. I highly recommend it. But essentially Johnny was lying. He deleted information. He deleted text messages. He actually is still following both Colleen and Corey DeSoto on Instagram and on Twitter. He went to a Colleen Ballinger show just as recently as January 2023, when the first expose happened in April of 2020, April 28th, 2020, with Adam McIntyre against Colleen Ballinger. Johnny Silvestri actually was siding with Colleen Ballinger and helping Colleen go against Adam behind the scenes. He was mean to Adam when Adam was coming up in the fandom. He has a friend named... What is his name? The name of his friend again? Oh my god. He has a friend named Tim Connolly who actually is like a real criminal against children. I'm not going to say the word. And he would bring kids into group chats knowing full well that his friend was like this. And... not a chicken. And would drink and do drugs in these chats while the kids were in there. And mind you, Johnny was an adult the whole time. So the only inappropriate thing I will say that Joshua David Evans did, which he's admitted to, and he's apologized 4 times, to which Johnny Silvestri each time has said he doesn't accept it and has gone and bullied him and his wife to the point that they privated their social media for a certain amount of time and blocked Johnny. But at a meet and greet, Joshua David Evans gave his phone number to Johnny Silvestri on a paper crown hat. Now, people are alleging that, and Swoop is alleging also, that Johnny was actually networking at the time because he dropped out of high school in sophomore year to like network in the entertainment industry. And Joshua David Evans, there must have been some conversation there that's not being exposed, where Joshua said he would act as like a mentor and a big brother, you know, to help guide him through the industry. And if he ever needed anything in regards to the entertainment things, he would answer. But that turned into, and in Joshua David Evans' words, like a very unhealthy relationship where Johnny was just messaging Joshua for everything, talking about how he was depressed and he needed advice on school and on friends and on his love life. And so Joshua ghosted him because he felt uncomfortable. And so now people are putting together that potentially Johnny's just vindictive. 1, because he potentially had a crush on Joshua. And 2, we are coy. We're at the end of the toxic gossip train. We're almost to the end of the railroad tracks. The railroad. The way all these adults are rich and get so bored. Exactly. You want to talk about Pizzagate? Just kidding. I'm not going to jail. I'll talk about that one behind the scenes, because that on here, I'm going to prison. But he, The emoji for 𝐜𝐫𝐞𝐝 always makes me laugh. He alleged all these things against Joshua, which Joshua provided direct evidence for and either apologized or provided evidence against, and Johnny has failed to do so. Bidding y'all farewell, please. And so people are starting to realize that potentially Johnny 𝐜𝐫𝐿𝐵 was just jumping on the toxic gossip train to stand at the front of the command station with Colleen and Corey, while also trying to blend in with the passengers of the train, which honestly included Joshua David Evans, because he is now alleged that he was in a DV relationship with Colleen. She was very manipulative, emotionally, mentally. We don't know physically yet. That interview's to come soon on Swoop's channel. That the divorce really had an effect on him. You know, his emotions, he was very, very deeply down. He got involved with alcoholism, and he finally escaped that life, and he has like a very small YouTube channel. And a Scorpio to me, exactly. And he also got cheated on. And there's actually a snippet in Swoop's video that makes me scream, which is a snippet of the interview that's going to come, where he says that he came home and smelled, it reeked of alcohol and cigarettes, and people said that Eric Stockland was going to be there. So mind you, Eric Stockland is also garbage, because he might have been actively participating with Colleen and cheating on her husband at the time. And and he went upstairs, and Colleen Ballinger was sitting crisscross applesauce on their bed playing the ukulele. Playing the ukulele. I don't even know if that's true, but a part of me feels like it is, because Colleen is a psycho, allegedly. And I feel like she would be crazy enough to sit there and play her uke. Like, just unprompted. And so I'm very excited for that interview. Needless to say, it's a 7-hour interview, so obviously Swoop is having to cut it down because that's craziness, but I'm very eager to see that. The other pair of people that I wanted to talk about, and actually let me remove all of these, that way we can have a bit more room for things, because there is, actually I'm not going to even show them on here, I'm just going to talk about it. One particular podcast that I watch called Do We Know Them? It includes 2 hosts called Lily and Jessie of which who is actually a survivor of situations like that herself. She ruined the ukulele, she did. I'm gonna be Colleen Ballinger for Halloween. All aboard the toxic gossip train. I'm sick of this. Gives a bad rep to the ukulele. Truly. She colonized the ukulele. I'm sorry. And they have a podcast called Do We Know Them? And they actually interviewed Johnny alongside H3 and Swoop, who at that point in time Swoop was almost convinced by Johnny that he was a victim. H3, unfortunately, and Do We Know Them was. But the issue with Do We Know Them, don't get canceled, I know. You get a DMCA for that? Oh my god, please. Am I gonna get copyright? You better not copyright strike me, Colleen. Just kidding, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding, you scare me, I'm just kidding. This is all alleged. Allegedly. It's in my title, allegedly. And trades, Lily, please. And they, in their original podcast, talking with Johnny on the Do We Know Them podcast, they actually, we were informed, were reached out by Joshua David Evans, but they were completely dismissive of him, did not at all want to hear his side, because at the time, and this is their argument, that, oh, well, Johnny came to us as a victim, so we have to believe the victim, even though Johnny gave us no evidence. But Joshua was coming to you with evidence, and you were completely mocking him and making a joke of it. And even now in their apology, quote unquote, they came forward and said, well, you know, Joshua had no proof. Neither did Johnny 𝐜𝐿𝐵. Yet you, for some reason, and you could hear the anger in my voice, and I'm sure people who know me know I'm moving my hands like crazy, you, for some reason, still interviewed Johnny Silvestri. Even though he had no evidence. Yet when Joshua comes to you with evidence... I need to leave. Yet when Joshua David Evans comes to you with evidence that you consider not evidence enough, you are dismissive. And even now in the apology, you still make a generalization that he potentially is just as bad as Colleen Ballinger. And don't directly... It's basically an apology of like, we're sorry, but here's why we think you're a bad person. Even though, to this point, there's no real evidence to prove that you are. And honestly, I'm really disappointed, especially on Jesse's part, because Jesse is a victim and a survivor of these type of situations. You think she would be a little bit smarter when talking about this. I do think that Joshua David Evans on Twitter came to them very aggressively, saying like he was disappointed, he was disgusted, and I get it. Maybe he was aggressive, but they also need to understand that he was being backed into a corner where there was someone lying about allegations against him. And when he comes to you to try to give you evidence, you completely dismiss him and make a mockery of him on your podcast to about 1.5 million people at that time. I think there was at least 1 million views on that podcast of them interviewing Johnny when Johnny was the liar. And so I know it's not my place to accept or deny their apology. That's on Joshua, and Joshua has accepted it. But I have to say, as a longtime fan, especially of Jesse, I am so disappointed. And to all the media outlets that were making a mockery of Joshua David Evans as well and his DV experience, and also to the other victims like Adam, I feel like they deserve a direct apology. Because that is absolutely terrible. And again, like I mentioned though, this is a pattern of YouTube protecting its bigger streamers, like I said earlier, i.e., 𝐼𝐸_Speed. If you guys don't know, there's an incident going around called quote-unquote 𝐼𝐸_Meet. And the reason it's called that is because 𝐼𝐸_Speed, Mama Cat, hi, how are you doing? There was a incident of 𝐼𝐸_Speed, this very obnoxious streamer who I really don't understand the appeal of, but if you do, that's fine. You know, everyone do what you want. I'm not going to yuck your yum. They weren't the only ones and didn't provide evidence. Exactly, Lily. And I think the only issue people had was that Jesse and Lily, that they were kind of making a mockery of Joshua and then didn't apologize for that. And so it's a whole mess. I'm allowing them room to grow because I am an avid viewer, but I also think that they need to better recognize where they made mistakes. You know what I mean? With AH, exactly. But 𝐼𝐸_Speed did a stream where he was, for some reason, stupidly thrusting in the camera when Chica from FNAF showed up on screen. And he actually unintentionally exposed himself. And it is unintentional because if you go to his other streams, you can tell that he's very upset by all of it, that he just wants it to be over. It was their attitude. Yes, 𝐼𝐸_Slip. Exactly, Koi. You know what I'm talking about. It was all over Twitter. And they didn't remove him for that, right? Jojo, hello. Welcome in. How are you doing? But they actually... No, they didn't. Yeah, the whole thing, Briggs, the whole thing. Still gross, but an accident. Yes, it was unintentional, right? But they don't even give him a warning or anything for that, right? But then Corey Kenshin makes a video talking about how he's been slightly demonetized over time. And they completely demonetized him until recently, I think. And that is crazy. Exaggerated reactions? Yeah. I find him very over the top. I find him very obnoxious. I don't get it. But again, he's appealing to children, which is why the exposure is an issue, right? YouTube doesn't want to talk about that. 𝐼𝐸_Meet. Exactly, Jojo. Exactly. That's what it was about. And so YouTube has always had this hierarchy. And I mean one other person, for example, the bridge incident with PewDiePie, which let me say, I was so disappointed when that happened because I used to be an avid watcher of PewDiePie. And listen, I'm a believer that people can grow and change, but it's not my place to deny or accept his message, right, and what he did. But what he did was terrible. But they gave him the, like, biggest pass, and it's crazy. If y'all can hear me gulping, no you don't, okay? Don't make a comment. Don't say anything. I just realized my Isabel has eyebrows. What the freak? Just a tip. Oh my god, please. And so YouTube has this weird... Hello? Who's here? Oh my god, I inhaled so much I started choking. Oh my god. I'm literally crying. Oh no, I can't take him, but I want to take him so... God. I'm trying not to. I'm telling you guys, I think I'm getting sick. I hate this. Look at him. Oh my god, look at him. Oh no. And I can't take him. That breaks my heart. Oh, that breaks my heart. How many tickets do I have left? Okay, I have too many left. We're gonna do the last 2 tickets, and then I do have to leave to get ready for PT. But my mom needs to take her car also, by the way, because I need my car. I have to burp. Nothing even came out. I'm so sad. Better out than in. I always say hashtag Shrek. Good Looking by Dixon Dallas. Koi. I love that song. I love Dixon Dallas so much. Stop it. There's such crazy songs, but they're so good. If you guys don't know who Dixon Dallas is, he basically makes like very wild songs, but they're country, and they're so good. They're so good. They're questionable lyrics. They are very, very questionable, but they're so good. It's so catchy. He's bouncing. Chris! Warning, Chris. I'm not lying when I say questionable lyrics, okay? Please proceed with caution. 18 plus advised, I have to say, on my part, okay? But it's really good. Like, I love him. There's a bunch of sus country music. There is. They're always talking about Chuck and beer. Just kidding. I don't want to stereotype people. I'm sorry. Hashtag canceled. Oh my god, is that Jam Batty? Oh no, that's Stupid Prince. I don't want him. Okay, we're going to do one more ticket, and then I think I'm going to leave my plot empty. That way when I'm on the plane, because mind you, you guys don't know this, there are going to be... Jojo, oh my god. The F-150 till it starts, oh my goodness. But I'm going to Colorado next week with my mom. I'm taking a mini vacation Thursday through Tuesday to go see my aunt. My cousins are going to be there. Sad face, if you're watching this, primos. What the freakity frack? Why aren't you going to be there? Well, actually, one of my cousins is going to be there. So I'll see one of my cousins. And it's going to be a fun time. We intend to go a lot of places. We're going to go like painting and hiking and to a bunch of marquetas. It's going to be really fun. And a lot of garage sales and Goodwills, because the Goodwills in Colorado are way better than the ones here in California. Have fun. I will. I'm very excited. And we're going to be going there. Friggity frack. We're going to be going there. And so I won't be streaming at all next week. But I am going to be streaming Sunday You're gonna go hunting for you know what? Please. No. I'm gonna do the opposite of hunting. I'm gonna be hiding from you know what. It sounds fun. It is gonna be really fun. Garden of the Gods? I've actually been to Garden of the Gods, but who is that? I wouldn't mind going again. That would be really fun. Oh my god, is that Teddy? Aw. If Kayla was here, she'd cry. Okay, y'all. Should I let the plot... What should we do? Should I leave empty... Hold on. Can I spell? But it's gonna be really fun. Rude. I'll hunt myself. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Gotta love being stuck between a rock and a hard thing. He's good mid, but still mid. Oh my goodness. Please. But I'm going to be going to Colorado. I am going to be streaming Sunday Pokemon because Cruz has been bugging me for so many days to stream Pokemon. So I'm doing Pokemon for Cruz. I'm also going to be potentially... Okay, let me know what you guys feel about this, okay? Tonight, Rask and I are going to be playing a game called The Backrooms. It's probably going to be around 9:30 to 10 p.m. my time, so it's going to be late. But the reason it's late is because, also, I'm PST time zone, if anyone's curious. But the reason it's going to be late, we'll do one more island. The reason it's going to be late is because Rask is in France. So it's going to be 7 a.m. his time, and then 9:30 to 10 p.m. my time. Would you guys like for me to stream that on my Discord for people to watch? I don't think I'm going to do it on here because I feel like people aren't going to... I won't get many people in here around 10 o'clock my time. That's like really late. But if people want to watch us play Backrooms, I can do that. Make a Twitch. Well, Rask might potentially stream it on his Twitch. So if you guys want to give Rask a follow, there's his command. Please do. Sorry, Brings. I should have let you do that. My mod mind kicked in. I'm so sorry. You know, please... Autofill? Okay, we're gonna autofill, y'all. Oshiofill. I'll sleep to it? Okay. I'll stream it on my Discord, which, again, Brings, if you don't mind getting a link to my Discord, I'll probably stream it in the section titled, like, game screenings, and then I'll be playing in there. That way, if people want to join via phone call, they can. The only thing I do ask is if you aren't over 18, don't turn your mic on, you know? I'd prefer if we not do that. But if you are, feel free to turn it on. Feel free to join. I'll stream that on my Discord. Thank you, Brings. And it'll be a fun little spooky game. I may be only streaming for like an hour with him because it is late my time and I don't want to be up too late on a Friday because I do get up early tomorrow to maybe take Ozzy to get a shower. But then after that, I'll be back Sunday and then I'll just be taking a week off. Physically or mentally? Physically. Mentally, if you're a child, I can't get on you for that. Physically 90, I'm physically deceased. Who, Ozzy? Ozzy is my dog, Jojo. He is my 4-year-old Labrador. He actually threw up the other day, and I'm very mad at him. Because I had to clean up smelly, stinky... I'm physically dust, please. I had to pick up smelly, stinky vomit of wood chips. Because Ozzy likes to eat nature. He likes to eat branches and wood chips and rocks and grass. So, we have to pick up his vomit all the time. If that doesn't show you how much patience we have with this dog, he broke my leg. We're constantly picking up his vomit. are constantly picking up his poo, which, mind you, he walks and he poops. L dog, rude. Watch your legs, Jojo. Just kidding. Oh my god. Ew, Rosie, they try to eat it? Yuck, yuck. Do you guys know where that sound is from? If you do, I love you. But who did I kick out? Oh, right here. Nobody autofilled? Okay, we're just gonna leave it there. Let me take a picture for my next... Hold up. And I had to take some photos for thumbnails. Doesn't love me confirmed? Stop it. But we're gonna end that there, I guess. Because I do have to start prepping for PT. I only have like an hour to get ready. But don't leave. I think my friend Lauren is streaming Animal Crossing, so we're gonna go over and raid her. Let me see if she's still live. She is. Okay, you guys. We're gonna go and raid Lorjine. So let me get her link to her stream. Thank you guys so much for being here, and for 29 likes. I really, really appreciate you guys. Also, yesterday was like the first time I looked at my analytics like at 10 o'clock at night because I was bored. And so thank you guys for like almost 340 subs and for like 920 watch hours. You guys are killing it. I'm not even keeping track of anything, and y'all are doing the thing. So thank you. I will see you all next time, though. This is the link for Lauren's channel. Is that it? It is. And we're gonna do a different raid. We're gonna do a Ver raid, because she'll know what that is. Like that. And I will see y'all Sunday for some Pokemon, and maybe later if you're on Discord for the back rooms with Rasquito. But take care, you guys. I will see y'all very, very soon. Bye, Arya. Bye. I love y'all. Take care. Bye-bye. 사랑해.